My name's Donovan Sherman, and I've been asked to talk about what Christ Church means to me. I have a lot to say on the matter, but of course I'll keep it brief. And I'm joined by my daughter Natalie. Hi. She's my emotional support. So first, I just want to talk really briefly about how I got here. You saying hi to everyone? Say hi. When I was a teenager, my mother, who is visiting right now, hi Mom, she's here, was interested in finding a faith community and found a UCC church near us in Massachusetts, where we lived at the time, where I grew up. And it ended up being this really incredible community and extended family of sorts for my family. But I was a teenager, and so the way I grappled with that was to be completely contrarian and kind of show up to Sunday school and just kind of say like, well, like what if there is no God, right? What I thought were like really like profound thoughts, right? And like would blow everyone's mind. And what I found was not that. What I found was a really supportive community of people who wanted to talk about big ideas. And at a certain point I realized, if this is something that I'm so critical of, why do I keep showing up every week, right? There was something in me that was compelling me to go, even though vocally, in my own way, it might have seemed like resistance. In fact, it was a way of engaging. And what I love about the UCC and what I love about this church as well is how we are people of faith, but also critical thinkers. And we are intellectual, and we read, and we think, and we talk, and we have faith. And those are not, they dance with each other. They don't fight with each other, those two sides, right? I'm a professor of drama and theater and literature. I specialize in Shakespeare. And what I always tell my students is that Shakespeare and literature ask us the most profound questions. They don't necessarily give us the answers, but they ask the most profound questions, right? And reading is a dialogue, and we are engaged with reading and with art. Once upon a time in another life, I was an actor, and I worked with a director who once said that art is articulating in the face of not knowing, which is a definition that has sort of haunted me since. That's a pretty good definition of faith as well. I've long seen the two as connected. When I ended up here at Christ Church, I moved to Jersey and was looking for my own faith community. A friend had told me about seeing Chuck on a panel during Pride Week, and how it was a really sort of wonderful, engaging, progressive discussion. I thought, I got to check this guy out. And so I showed up here for a service and sort of never looked back. I intuitively, as soon as I walked in, to go back to that sense of intuition and of the spirit and of faith, I just knew the moment I walked in, this is where I want to be. It's a place where we can be vulnerable. I'll just add that as well. Spaces in our society today in which we can be vulnerable are getting fewer and fewer, right? In which we can truly be ourselves. That's a platitude, but to actually see that platitude in action and to be vulnerable to one another, and to cry, to laugh, to risk being ourselves in a community that will support that, and in a space, in a physical space where we are with each other, breathing the same air and engaging with each other. That is rare, and it's something I treasure. So that's what Christ Church means to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.